How you doing? This is Coach DeCarlo. Today I woke up and I had this feeling of anxiety. Can't even explain it. I don't know what I dreamed about, but I had this anxious feeling going on in my stomach. And I had to ask myself my 5 questions. And the questions are to keep me on track, so I call them the 5 questions. And these questions actually are compiled a young lady that basically she was in hospice care and she did something called the deathbed confessions. And basically these are the 5 regrets that people have when they die. And I thought to myself, well, if I ask myself the questions while I'm living, then perhaps I can avoid the regrets while I'm dying. And so it may sound morbid, but I think that it helps each of us to stay on track. So I want to read each one of them for you. And the first one is this: I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected me. So I ask myself each day, am I living a life true to me, true to character? Or am I being dictated by fear of others, their opinions, their rejection? What's my driving force? Am I living that life that's true to me? So that's the first question. Are you, creators, living a life that's true to yourself? The next question, it says, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I wish that I hadn't worked so hard. Now, this one here is kind of unique because most of us tend to be in the workforce and there's expectations of our jobs and so forth. The thing is, many of us feel like we're locked into our careers and so forth. But as I often ask coaching clients, if you won a multiple $1 million lottery, what would you be doing today? Once you answer those questions, then you can actually determine the life that you want to live. And you say, well, coach, you don't understand, but I got to make a living. I got to work. I assure you this, creators, that somebody is getting paid well to do the thing that you've imagined. So the thing is, first and foremost, you must make a decision to do that thing. Now, when you first start doing that thing, you may have to keep your job at first. But you do that thing so well that you begin to create a demand. And like I said, no matter what it is that you can come up with, somebody's getting paid to do it and somebody's getting paid to do it well. So I wish I hadn't worked so hard. It's often been said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job and you'll create wealth. So wealth comes in doing that thing that we enjoy doing and getting paid for it. The next question. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. Am I holding my feelings in? Do I need to communicate the way that I feel to someone in order for them to understand who I am? Am I communicating my feelings appropriately in my Facebook group, my YouTube channel, on my Instagram? What is it that I'm communicating about me? What are you communicating about you? Are you communicating how you feel about something? And sometimes that feeling about something may be something that you don't wish to do. So sometimes you may have to communicate, I don't want to do that. And this is why I feel this when I'm doing that. Am I communicating my feelings? And if you're not communicating your feelings, why? Are you worried about what somebody's going to say about you, what they're going to think about you, or are they going to reject you? Why aren't you communicating your feelings? Now, as men, sometimes that's difficult because we haven't been taught to communicate in feelings. So we communicate in thoughts, per se, than feelings. So we think that communicating in thoughts is feelings. But communicating in feelings is, how does that make me feel? Not what I think, but how does that make me feel? Do I feel good when I do that? Do I feel frustrated when I do that? How does that make me feel? And am I communicating it appropriately so that the other person knows that that's not something that I want to do? Or I feel so good when I do that that I want to do more of that. So what am I communicating with my feelings? Am I communicating my feelings? How about you, creator? I wish I had stayed in touch with friends. Is there somebody that you need to reach out to? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with people that aren't taking you in the direction that you want to go? It's often been said that we can know how much a person will earn, where they will be in the next 5 years, who they will be in the next 5 years by the people that they surround themselves with. Creator, are you reaching out to friends? On the other side of that, do you need to let some people go that aren't beneficial for you? And that's hard for many of us because we think that it's spiritual to hold on to even negative people. And Jesus says, if you find fault with somebody, go to that person and let them know that you have fault with them. And then if they don't listen to you, and finding that fault, maybe you communicating your feelings. And you saying, listen, I feel this way when, you do this. And they continue to do that. Maybe that's not a relationship that's beneficial to me. So I have to consider, do I need to release this person, let this person go to their higher good? So sometimes that's something that you may need to consider. But are you keeping in contact with those people that are making a positive impact on your lives? And if not, why not? And if so, make an attempt to do so today. Lastly, I wish I had allowed myself to be happier. Creators, are you allowing yourself to be happy, or you think that it's a way of life to be miserable? Have you chosen to be happy? A lot of times when Mr. Lindo and I get on the call, we sit there and we laugh and we joke and we give the message. And many times people think that the message needs to be serious. But we know that when we look around at nature, we look at the human state of people, that universe, God must have a sense of humor. And so we're also to have a sense of humor. We're given to laugh, to love, to express ourselves. And so, creators, are you allowing yourself to be happier? I asked myself those 5 questions this morning. Once I started evaluating, I started looking at those things that brought me joy, and I started engaging in those things. I started coaching clients. I started working on, the material that I work on in order to transform lives. I started doing the things that allowed me to make a lasting impact in my world. How about you, creators? And like I said, I realized that it may be needful at the time that you hold on to your job for livelihood. But while you're holding on to your job, while you're performing your job to the best of your ability, are you also making room for your gifts and your talents? See, right now we can do things concerning our gifts and our talents. We can just log in online and we can create a YouTube channel, a Facebook channel, an Instagram channel, and I can go on, of course, TikTok channel, and the list goes on, Snapchat, whatever. And we can begin sharing our message. We can begin impacting the world where we are right now. Once I started doing what it was that I was passionate about, once I started living my life of purpose, then the anxiety that I was feeling dissipated. Now, I don't know what the core reason for the anxiety, and sometimes you may not, but I challenge you that if you're experiencing anxiety, ask yourself the 5 questions, and I'll repeat them once more before we close. And again, this is called the 5 regrets of dying. Am I practicing courage and being my true self? Am I being the self true to me? Or am I trying to be somebody else and please other people? Am I working too hard for somebody else and not working on myself so that I can make an impact and lasting difference in the world? Am I expressing my feelings, or am I suppressing them for fear of what other people will say about me? Am I staying in touch with those people who are important to me? And am I releasing those emotional vampires? Am I allowing myself to simply be happy and discover what makes me happy and do more of that? Remember this, creators, that only you can create your perfect world, not God or man. Only you can create your perfect world. This is Coach DeCarlo saying have a great and abundant day.